Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this week's episode of our TTRPG. Last time was a pretty chaotic boss fight, but before we get into the recap, let's have our viewers introduce themselves. Our players introduce themselves. You viewers can introduce yourselves in the comments as well. It helps the algorithm. Go ahead. So, players, could you please introduce yourselves? DoomGoblin?
Hello, my name is DoomGoblin and I'm playing Captain Bladebeard, a pirate who is a bit more sneakier since we leveled up.
Yeah,
And
well, level up is not the correct term for Fate Accelerator, but I'm using it for simplicity. On that note, could all of you tell me and tell the viewers what changed regarding your characters?
yeah, as I said, I have a +1 to my sneaky, so now Bladebeard has 4 in sneaky approaches. And I have a new stunt that that I think will be very interesting to use.
You can tell the viewers what the stunt does, even though they can also see it on screen.
Yeah, it's about lying. Just a moment. It's called the Deceiver. Once per game, I can tell a lie that everybody believes it's true until I admit it's not. So basically, NPCs and players maybe are forced to believe whatever I say once a game.
I thought it meant you could transform into Kill Jaden, but okay.
Maybe.
Because he's the deceiver, for those that don't get the joke. Next
Yeah,
would
that's
be
the reference. Yeah.
next would be Sir Thompshire.
I'm Sir Thompshire and I'm playing Benjamin Aaran, a sort of a sellsword that's stuck with these two morons. And he kind of has a bit of a headache right now. And as for his new stats, he has a +1 in quick now, and he swapped his clever for his careful.
Indeed. And last but by no means least, we have the very owner of this channel, Skoll. Please introduce your character and yourself.
Hello, I am Skoll Shorties, as you all are familiar with, and I am playing as the good old Buhd, the ogre pirate with a heart of gold.
Indeed.
And he has learned from the master himself of Sonic the Hedgehog of going fast. He has now a 3 quick rather than a 2 quick.
Nice, nice. I am looking forward to Buhd attacking someone by rolling around at them.
He's gonna be a boulder.
I can imagine. You put a hole in the ship. Who knows?
But sorry.
And yeah, last time, I will get rid of the map you guys see on screen in a bit, but I'm just keeping it to sort of recap and show where everyone is rather. So last time, you guys fought with the Archmage who was holding the evil dagger. And at first you managed to knock the Archmage out. Well, you did a mixture of sort of physical damage and a bit of like talking her down, but you didn't talk her down completely. She got knocked out because Bladebeard bit her arm. And at the very end, Kyrie was locked in a magical duo with Zalotaf and managed to imprison Zalotaf in this magical cube looking thing. And also during the fight, Shallan came in. He was being controlled by Zalotaf, but the control stopped and now he is hugging Buhd. So, at the very end, you guys were like talking about what to do with the Archmage. Benjamin was just getting up from getting his head almost destroyed by Zalotaf, and you're all kind of hurt. Feel free to begin the scene.
Alright. I'm going to tie Archmage's hands
Okay.
while she's unconscious.
Okay. Do you guys mind if I get rid of the map? You like got where everyone is?
Yeah.
Okay. She is unconscious, the Archmage, so she does not oppose you. And neither does Kyrie.
So, Buhd, are you fine? Are you okay?
Buhd is hugging Shallan at the moment.
What is hugging?
Sorry.
What is also hurt?
Shallan, are you fine? Everything good?
It all felt so cold, Captain. I'm sorry. I didn't hurt any of you, did I?
I don't think so. Buhd managed to hold you off, right?
Out of character, yeah, he did. Shallan would just shake his head and say, I was not myself. Kyrie will then intervene and say in Shallan's stead, the dagger tried to manipulate Shallan to come to her so that she being the dagger, extract the latent old god energies that are in Shallan, which obviously would have been very, very bad. Probably would have killed Shallan as well.
Well, I'm glad she failed then. It's she, right? The dagger.
I think it would be closer to the truth, but you
Yeah,
heard the voice.
Yeah, I heard some voices. But yeah, what is this dagger anyways? Who made this?
You will see Bladebeard as you are sort of like talking about it. The dagger will like turn to stare at you, but obviously being imprisoned, it cannot do anything. Kyrie will sigh, shake her head, and say, "It is an ancient artifact, a weapon of those that serve the old gods. There are many theories as to its origin. I'm honestly very, very surprised that it's here. I met its former wielder. He died in Northrend. Quite a few, like a month ago, I think. A month or two. Maybe 3.
Well, are you planning to put it in a chest and throw it off the boat, or we should maybe bury it somewhere and put an X above it?
I appreciate the stereotype, but artifacts that are buried tend to be quite easily rediscovered as well. I propose that I keep it safe with me. I could also send it to the rest of the Blue Dragonflight, but I honestly don't have much faith that they will manage to keep it safe, given some recent events.
Alright, that's fine with me. I don't want to do anything with this dagger. It's quite a nasty object.
Kyrie will nod, and she'll motion with her hand, and you will see this cube start like shrinking to the point where it can fit in Kyrie's hand.
Wow. Nice.
Makes for easier storage.
Mini dagger.
She will chuckle at your comment. How are you doing, Benjamin?
Is that a DM question or
A DM, yeah.
I think right now he's kind of laying against the wall and feeling like he has a massive hole in his head, so he's kind of just dazed.
sense. That makes sense. Kyrie will turn to, well, not turn, but will ask the room in general. So, what do you want to do with her? Motioning towards the Notchalant, the Archmage.
I guess we should wait for her to wake up and see. I mean, I'm not really. I don't really understand magics and stuff, but she wasn't really fully in control, right?
I push myself up and basically say, well, now with the knife out of the picture, maybe we could finally have a little chat.
To answer your question, Bladebeard, this is Kyrie speaking, by the way. Her choices were her own, but she wasn't. Imagine as if, to put it in terms you could understand, and she will chuckle for a little bit. Imagine as if you made a decision while drunk, except that the alcohol is also giving you active suggestions.
I guess I understand. Also, one more thing. No offense, but I don't really judge somebody who wants to kill a dragon. I get it. You're a good dragon, but you know, I guess she thought you were like a normal dragon.
Well, leaving that to the side, she also did kill your orc prisoner, and she tried to kill all of you for admittedly standing in her way.
Yeah, she did. She almost killed us all. So I don't really know what to do with her.
Well, I'm not necessarily keeping count of the times I almost died these last few days.
How are you feeling? You took quite the burnt of the dagger's assault, asking Benjamin.
I need a shower and some sleep.
Well, unfortunately, I believe the only place you could find a shower is in Stormwind. At least I imagine that's the closest place in the world where you can find one.
So I've heard. And he just kind of lays back on the ground.
So this, I hope this doesn't really change our destination. We are still going to the Golden Skull, the pirate place, right?
I believe I agree with you that it's probably the best option, says Kyrie.
Yeah. They probably want to get Booty Bay back and, get some revenge on the demons and save the world.
I am, of course, on the side of fighting the demons.
Yeah. By the way, do we call you? Are you a captain or the first mate, or what's the deal?
Well, now that you three know who I am, I don't really see much of a point in hiding anymore. Most of the crew knew that I, aka the gnome, was also the goblin and was also the dragon. For the most part, you three were the only ones who did not know, and maybe one or two others. So yes, I am the captain, but I suppose I will stay in this form for now. And out of character, totally, because this is the form I have a high resolution render for.
Alright. Also, by the way, when I asked you for your scales, talking to a dragon is still new to me. I assume that was pretty rude, and I'm sorry.
How would you feel if someone asked, if someone said something to the likes of, "Hey, if we win this, can I get a chunk of your flesh or your skin, I suppose?"
Yeah. That's what came to my mind. immediately after I asked you. So
That being said, scales are not as painful as, well, offering you your mortal flesh. So I can oblige that request, though do keep in mind that other dragons might not be so forward thinking.
all right, but no need, you know.
Suit yourself.
Yeah, there's also another dragon nearby, so maybe we can get him his hide and
Well, if we do get him, sure, I would be content with you, like, getting one of his scales, but he's the kind of dragon that might not stick around if he dies, as odd as that sounds.
I'm not going to pretend I know dragon biology, so whatever you say.
She will chuckle at that. Well, I don't suppose... Where should we keep... She nods her head towards the unconscious archmage.
I don't know, maybe upstairs where everyone can see her. You know, so we don't get you know, the orc incident repeated.
I suppose that makes sense. Very well, we'll tie her to the mast, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Are any of you able to carry her, or should I do it?
Bud,
Yeah.
Shalon is still like hugging you.
But Bud is still in predicament of hug.
Oh, sorry, Mr. First Mate. If you have duties, I apologize.
It's okay. So long as you are okay, Shalom.
Well, the immediate danger is gone, I think.
Good.
He will give you a nervous smile.
all
Bud
right.
go bring Mage Friend to top deck.
Kyrie will say, let's also try not to be too flashy. There's no need to also humiliate her in public.
Okay.
But we should inform everyone that
Oh,
we are not
definitely.
Oh.
But no need to... You understand.
Yeah.
I raise my arm and say, can someone carry me too?
Bud can carry both of you.
Great.
Bud can carry lots of people.
Okay. Kyrie will like step to the side to allow Bud to do what he wants.
Alright, Bud is just scooping up his good old human friends.
Benjamin,
And,
do you allow yourself to be scooped up?
Yeah, I kind of want to.
I'm genuinely curious how you are carrying Benjamin, like over your shoulder, under your arm.
Like, trying to think of, like, he, like, has them, like underneath his arms. Like, both of them. Like, he's, like, cradling them almost.
Okay, makes sense. Is Benjamin alright with that?
Yeah, reminds me of my mother.
Bud is best mom.
Okay. You are free to, like, go, leave if you want. Kyrie will, like, shrink this cube further and hide it in one of her pockets.
Pocket
And
knife.
Bud goes to the top deck with his human carries.
Okay, feel free to take the Archmage to or Benjamin, whichever you want to drop off first, while I change the background.
Yeah, we tie her up to the main mast. Is that what the thing is called?
More or less, yeah. The crew give you weird looks, but Kyrie, the presence of Kyrie assures them that, yeah, everything is as it should be, more or less.
Should you announce our innocence?
Well, I was just about to.
Oh.
She will turn to the crew, and you will hear her voice sort of amplified, presumably magically, and she will say, so that she can be heard all across the ship, "Everyone, we have found the murderer. It is our Archmage guest. Now, please do not be too harsh towards our prisoner. We believe she may not have been acting fully according to what she wanted to do. I trust that you will behave as you always have." And she ends the message.
Great. All right. We supper should be soon, right?
More or less. Before I do something, Benjamin, what are you doing while... Or Bud, what are you doing with Benjamin, rather?
He's just kind of carrying them up still, and he brings them to the deck, and he looks around on where to put them, and he kind of looks to Benjamin for advice on that.
It kind of points to somewhere that looks relatively comfortable to lay against.
All right, Bud goes over and puts them down.
Yeah, I imagine maybe like a sack of floor, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, flour or something.
Yeah. Flour, sorry.
Ah,
Okay, you set Benjamin down.
nice and comfortable.
Do try not to bleed into that, I suppose.
Oh, you'll have some nasty bread in a bit.
Bloody bread is the greatest.
Kyrie will chuckle, wave her hand, and suddenly the sack of flour is turned into a big pillow.
I kind of sink into it.
Okay. Then Kyrie will motion you, Bud, to put the Archmage next to the main mast so she can be tied up.
All right, Bud does exactly that.
Okay. Do either of you tie her up, or should Kyrie or one of the crew members do it?
Yeah, I'm out completely.
I don't think Bud would be very good at doing knots. I mean, he might be able to be. I think his knots would be half baked, basically.
I can imagine.
I don't know. One of the crewmen can tie her up.
Okay. Then Kyrie will call over for Vera to do it, aka the Forsaken security person, who will do so quite successfully. Let me just put her on the thingy. She gives you, when I can find her, yeah, there she is. She gives you guys a nod and says, "For what it's worth, I'm happy it was not any of you."
He's also happy it wasn't Bud.
I mean, I told you so.
You also understand why I did not take you at your word.
I do. And that was a very smart move. Not trusting me is very smart.
I don't trust anyone, honey.
Does that make Buhd dumb?
No, no, it doesn't. Trusting me is great. I mean, when my crewman asked me, then that's excellent.
So, Buhd not dumb?
No, you're great.
Oh, that's good.
Okay?
Yeah.
At this point, Vera will have finished tying the Archmage to the main mast. Shallan followed you guys and is like staying like 10 feet behind. 3 meters behind, basically.
Alright, should we like fast forward until something happens?
And before that, because
Alright.
you guys have been at sea, let me roll something. Okay. Let me check what that means, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Should we be worried?
Probably.
Bladebeard, and maybe Buhd. I don't think Benjamin would know this, because you two have like nautical experience. You would realize that you have had a day of very bad wind, which will probably delay your journey by 1 day.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I
Weather
guess,
no looks so good.
yeah, I guess the law of storms is not on our side.
But think it nasty dagger.
Maybe.
But hoping no bring back Kraken. Although Buhd want to fight that again. But get
Yeah.
Kraken there as title. That'd be a good day for Buhd.
Kyrie will hear that and say, well, let's hope it does not happen while this ship is its target.
It's true.
Okay? You guys are free to do whatever, fast forward or do something else, up to you guys.
Yeah, I guess we'll have a supper.
Buhd goes to look for someone to treat his boo-boos.
Yeah. Are we like healed?
There isn't really anyone except for presumably Kyrie.
Okay, well, Buhd goes to Kyrie then.
To sort of cut that short, she will basically say that the ship surgeon died during the Kraken attack, but that you're maybe lucky because she might be a bit more gentle than that. And what she does is basically remove the frostbolt that was in your chest, hopefully without causing you too much pain, and sort of like seal the wound.
Oh, would feel much better.
Because of that consequence, though, you still feel the after effects of Zealothaft's attack on you.
That checks out.
She will sigh and say, not much I can do about that. Time heals all wounds, I suppose.
Buhd gets better.
Yeah, in probably like 8 sessions or so. I don't know. I'm joking, obviously.
Well,
Okay. Anything else before we like fast forward?
So Kyrie, should we keep your true form a secret from other Blackwater raiders?
hopefully, I would ask that you do. It's not... It's not really a big deal if you let them know, though I would prefer that you don't. It can be an advantage and a disadvantage if I think about it.
Yeah, because Buhd over there, he's not very good at keeping secrets.
I will take that into account.
Alright.
How should I say this? I presume that people would be intimidated to learn that a dragon is captaining a ship, and thus wouldn't come attacking it, but on the other hand, it may attract other attackers of a different kind.
Alright. I guess we'll see once we get there
She
what
will,
will happen. Yeah.
she will nod at you. Okay. Before supper happens, would you wake up Benjamin?
Not really. Unless someone wakes me up, I think I'm out for the night.
Okay. Then the Archmage might wake up. Will probably wake up before supper, but seeing like the situation she is in, she will just sit there defeated and not make a fuss.
I say to Kyrie, I'm going to check up on Meridia.
As you wish.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if should we if she seems to be alright, should we free her, or should we leave her tied up for the night, or I don't know.
I'm a big believer, as anyone else is, in second chances, but I think it's a bit soon for a second chance quite right now.
Alright, and if she turns out to be, evil, we could make her sleep with the fishes.
I'm also not a big believer in capital punishment. We'll see what the situation...
I was thinking of making her sleep with the fishes, find some really stinky ones and put them next to her. Yeah. That's a common punishment I use for my crewmen.
I'm curious what Buhd thinks about that.
They get very stinky. But I don't punish my crewmen that often. Only when they do something really bad.
I will take note of that, but would ask you not to do that because I would rather not spoil our food supplies.
Yeah, I guess. But you can create food out of nothing.
True, but I have my limits.
Alright.
It's better to have supplies ready.
Fine.
Okay. You are free to go to the Archmage.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Meridia, see if she's wake up.
When would you be doing this? As in, how many hours have passed?
I don't know. Maybe an hour.
Okay, then she is not awake.
Oh. I'll check up on her every half an hour.
Okay, after 2.5 hours, she will be awake.
Oh, good morning.
She will not reply to you.
Hello.
Yes, Captain, hello.
Would you mind explaining what happened a few hours ago?
She will sigh and say, I believe the main form of justice for you brigands and pirate types is capital punishment. So I'd rather my last words not be that.
Alright. I don't know how to answer that. Were you mind controlled by that dagger, or
She,
did you really try to kill me and Buhd?
she was,
Yeah, I don't even exist, thanks.
she will sigh and say, yes and no.
That's not the answer.
I know it's not. Well, let's just say, in my ideal world, you would be dead, Captain, but I would not kill you in these circumstances. Not by any stretch. And yet here we are.
Then
I believe
give
the
me a-
punishment for mutiny is execution. I am prepared for that.
we're not going to kill you.
She will raise
You-
him. Go ahead.
I mean, Kyrie, she's a good captain, you know. They're not going to kill you because you... Actually, you tried to kill us. That's a pretty bad.
Your Kyrie is a blue dragon. They are murderous beasts who waged war once on all of us.
Well,
I have more faith in your judgment than in hers, to be frank, Captain.
I'm not going to kill you. If that's what you're hoping.
She will look down towards the ground and not say anything.
Well, think about your actions, and I really don't know what to do with you. I guess throwing you off the boat would be the easiest, but you did save us in Booty Bay.
She will sigh and look towards the ground once again. She is very conflicted right now.
So am I. Yeah. How would your... I thought you were like a good person, right? What would your Kiring Snore say about your actions? I thought like using evil magics was like not permitted.
It is not. You will see she will start tearing up.
Oh,
Go ahead.
what is she doing?
Sorry?
What were you about to say?
No, I just said that she is started to cry.
Oh, shit. All right. Sleep on your bad decisions, and I hope you learned something from today.
She will not reply.
All right. See ya around. Well, you're going to stay here, but yeah, I walk away.
Bladebeard is the kindest soul.
Honestly, I think she would have expected the first person to see her to be either the dragon or Benjamin.
Well, it's kind of her fault that my head is kind of not working.
Well, no, that's mostly Zalatev's fault.
Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, it was out that got angry and drilled my mind.
I don't remember, I don't think she ever attacked you. She was about to, but she stopped herself.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, anything else before we fast forward?
I'd just like to say that my pillow is very comfortable.
It was intended to be.
Yeah, but it's especially comfortable since, everything.
Yeah, you probably, even though you feel comfortable because of like the immense mental assault you were under, you probably have like the worst and weirdest nightmares, if I had to guess.
Probably.
Yeah. Anything else?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
And where would you guys like to fast forward to? How much time?
Probably the morning, I guess.
Yeah.
Skoll, what do you think?
I think we should fast forward
To the morning?
to.
Okay. Then we fast forward to the morning, and the other hours are pretty much uneventful. In the meantime, let me do the rolls once again. Okay. This day is a very uneventful day at sea. You have good
Alright.
wind. You have good wind. You will probably reach your destination within 3 days. At this point. Okay. It is now early morning. On the next day. What are you guys doing?
Maybe I'd be the first one to wake up since I was the first one to fall asleep, maybe.
Makes sense.
Unless someone didn't sleep or something.
Okay. You still have a massive headache and you feel somewhat dizzy, but probably not tired.
I kind of just slowly get up and. What's like the temperature like? I kind of just fell asleep like on the outside.
It's pretty cold because it's early morning. It's autumn and you're at sea, so it's pretty cold.
Okay, so I have a massive headache and I'm freezing. Wonderful. So I slowly get up, very very creaky, very basically I look like an old man trying to get up, and I just first try to look around and trying to essentially piece together the events of last night and why I was laying on a pillow in the middle of the deck.
Well, first off, you will see as you get off of it. After you get off of it, the pillow will revert to being a sack of flour. At your feet, you will see a bowl of now cold soup. And regarding the ship, everyone is going about their business. You might see a sad-looking archmage tied up to the mast, but otherwise everything seems very normal.
So I'd say first I kind of scratch my head looking at the pillow, just turn back into a sack of flour or grain or whatever it was, and then I pick up the soup and I walk to the mast.
Okay. As you do, you will notice two things. First, that the Archmage also has some soup there, but it's untouched. Unlike you, though, it's untouched on purpose.
Well, her hands are tied. It's not like she can eat it herself.
The soup is on her sort of legs, and one of her hands is untied so she could eat. So she was basically
okay.
untied, but she chose not to eat. Second thing you notice is a very foul smell coming from her.
Well, that's two of us.
Did somebody make her sleep with the fishes?
No comment. Okay. She will, if you approach her, do you approach her?
Yeah.
Okay, she will look up towards you when you approach her, but not say anything.
I just sit down in front of her.
Okay. She will still not say anything. Well, actually, she will say, was it as overwhelming for you?
Well, being honest, seeing your whole thing last night, I'd say your case was mainly fueled by a much deeper grudge than I was, so I'd say in a way it has its explanation.
She will sigh at that and like look down and say, I am hungry, but I think I would rather just be executed already than eat this.
Well, that's you know, damn, I'm like Bladebeard now. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I was expecting her to be angry, not sad.
Yeah, exactly.
I was prepared to fight with her, to yell at her, but alright.
Well, that doesn't sound like you wanting to be executed. I thought you'd be the type to fight till your last breath. You know.
She will chuckle and say, I would be the type to execute me if I were in your situation, or Bladebeard's, or whoever is in command of this ship. Unless you're all under the control of the dragon at the moment.
Well, you know, people change, I guess. So maybe we'd get a new view on things after all this. And you should probably eat your soup. It's cold enough as it is, and probably will heat up with the sun soon enough.
Let me think. Let me think about something. The sun. Okay. The sun would rise up to her right and your left. That was what I was thinking about. But yeah. She will sigh and say, So what happens now?
Well, I'm not necessarily the best person to ask, but I'm not sure. I don't think the captain wants to kill you, and I agree with her. While I won't lie, your actions were violent, to say the least, but you were not fully yourself. And I know that from personal experience, even.
On that, speaking of, are you alright?
Well, um, aside from the massive headache and the usual stink, I'd say I'm alright.
Fortunately, you still have your eyes.
Yeah, I've come to value those quite a lot lately.
She will chuckle at that. What a weird fetish, I suppose it has.
So, sorry, you cut off.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were too shocked by what I said. She said, what a weird fetish, I suppose it has.
I kind of just scratch my ear and pretend I didn't really listen to that. And I kind of just pick up her soup and just try to, eat it.
Seeing you do so, she will start eating as well. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just about to say that she has like this very depressed look on her, as you have already gathered.
Again, I kind of scratch my head since I'm not sure what to say. Since, like Bladebeard, I was kind of expecting her to be more the angry type and less the depressed type. So I just eat my soup in silence for a bit.
She's still eating, but after like a minute or two, she will look up at you and say, "Why did you give it up?"
I kind of stay silent for a few seconds and just look at the ground and say, because it wasn't me. I'm not sure how else to put it. It tried to make me betray the people who helped me, tried to make me do things that I wouldn't, so
The people
why
who
would I
helped
keep
you
it?
were the ones who robbed you.
Well, you know, we have a complicated history, but I wouldn't say I would like to kill them. And
Yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, they're helpful sometimes. And so are you, even if you try to murder us, but you helped.
We should say, when I held that thing, I felt that I could do anything. Was it the same for you?
It's, yes, in a way, it's like you have the world in your hands that you could do anything you want or and do anything that was done to you. I even felt that I could crush the Lich King with my own hands. It's it's quite something, but in the end, it's just a way to seduce you into falling into its hands, I would say.
She will chuckle at that, and she will say, "I well, I have my failings as an archmage. It capitalized on those and promised to make it all better."
I think we all have our own personal failings, and it's that very thing that it tries to dig out and try to use that against us and to change us in a way.
My father was an archmage. My mother was also an archmage. And my mother's great-grandmother was a princess of Silvermoon. I was destined to be, well, destiny is perhaps a strong word, but I was meant to also follow in their footsteps. But well, I can cast frost spells as good as perhaps they could, but I cannot understand Fallacian, for instance.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I also have Elven heritage, and I have no idea what kind of language they speak up in Silvermoon, so I guess we have that in common.
She will chuckle at that, but she will say, "Ah, but you understand how that can be a problem if, say, 60% of all books on magic, well, all good books on magic, are written by elves."
Well, I can say I relate to that learning process, but in a way, I also feel that it's always that push from your family to become. They were my father was a soldier himself, and I became a soldier as well until well until I wasn't.
She will look down and say, "I lost my father when I was very young. I may have mentioned this when Bladebeard came to ask us about Death Knights. What a weird coincidence. But my father was also slain by a Death Knight. A group of them suddenly popped up in the middle of the Violet Citadel at one point and killed him. Well, unlike you then, I didn't perhaps have his direct influence, but I wanted to follow in his footsteps, do right by him. And I failed.
But in the end, it was your choice. Shouldn't you be happy about your own choice and that you got to choose your own fate in a way?
Maybe if I weren't an archmage, I could do better at something else. I'm not a good archmage, to be perfectly frank with you.
But go ahead, sorry.
She will say, I'm lacking in many fields. If I had instead devoted myself to something else, anything else, I could have been the best at whatever that was. Instead, I am mediocre, and I hold my position because of who my parents were and who my great-grandmother was. She will chuckle and say, I am pathetic, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I hate to say something this cheesy, but you said that you may not be the best archmage and you could have been a master in something else, but shouldn't you ask yourself if you actually like being an archmage?
She will ponder that for a bit and say, well, an archmage, at least where I come from, clearly the pirates don't really think that way, but an archmage is someone universally respected, someone whose very title, whose very rank carries weight. I wished that I could be that. Besides following in my father's footsteps.
I think in a way I understand the fact that you maybe feel that you are undeserving of your position because it was given to you for being part of that lineage you mentioned. But it should be more of a thing that you should keep striving for, even though you may currently not be the best, as you say. But the person I met back in Buhd Bay was proud of who she was, and I think you should keep going with that, and eventually you'll reach somewhere. And I'm sorry, I'm being totally cheesy, but I don't know what else to say.
She will chuckle and say, when she was younger than me, Jaina Proudmoore led a massive exodus across the sea and helped defeat an archdemon lord. I'm nothing, even though I'm older than Jaina Proudmoore, even though I had more opportunities to study than she did. I am nobody.
Is there a problem with being nobody?
Well, if you're nobody, then you are nobody.
What does it change in the wider picture of your life?
It means that all that I have strived for, all that I have tried to do for my entire life, is meaningless.
Would you say you are meaningless to the people around you?
Meaning, she will look at you and glance at the rest of the crew.
Well, not necessarily, but everyone else you know, I'd say.
She will sigh and say, well, I don't particularly have many friends, considering that I try to focus on my studies, for better or worse.
I thought you were gonna mention your attitude, and I just scratched my head in a playful way.
She will chuckle and say, I try to see more than what I am, but at the end of the day, I'm just a failure.
Aren't we all failures if we compare ourselves to heroes of the past, or even the present? Like the example you mentioned.
She will chuckle and say, well, I don't believe you are the child of 2 archmages and the great-grandchild of a princess. But who knows?
Well, I wouldn't say uh, that type of thing would be inherited. There are people who are born from nothing, like you said, and become people who are known all around the world. And then there's just regular people, and there's nothing wrong with that.
She will look at you and say, you have talent. More than I, to be perfectly honest. Even though you're obviously not young. If you wanted to, you could go to become a mage of the Teeironor. I'm sure they would be open to receiving you.
But there's the thing, I don't want to. That's not the life path I'd like.
Then what do you want, if I dare ask?
I go silent for a few moments and kind of think, what do I want?
You always have the option of saying you want to be the Emperor of Stormwind.
I was actually thinking about that as a joke, but
Sorry.
well, being perfectly frank, I'm not sure what I want, but maybe I'm on the right path, maybe I'm not, and I think people take years even to find out what they really want. Again, that's totally okay.
She will sigh and say, so, what do you think is going to happen to me? I mean, right now, not in the far future.
I put my soup bowl on the ground, which I assume I would have already finished, and I say, well, for one, hopefully he won't get thrown into the sea. But aside from that, I would hope that you get to walk free with both your arms.
She will say, well, even if I were to kill the dragon, and, well, this is presuming that I still had the dagger. Other than that, I wish to defeat this demonic invasion. That is, to be honest, my greatest priority. The whole thinking what is going to happen with my life can wait, I suppose.
Well, I'm glad at least a bit of the old you is back. So,
On that note, Anduin is not dead.
well, that's great news, I guess.
I was told to lie to you. She means the collective you, not just you personally.
Well, I don't take it personally. It's not like a royal affairs or a business of mine.
She will nod and say, "Thank you, Benjamin."
Save that for later when we get out of here, hopefully alive.
Well, I don't mean necessarily. I needed that.
Well, I'm glad. I'm not really experienced in pep talks, so I'm glad I have a talent for that, let's say.
Okay. At this point, she would have also finished the soup, and she will say, "Will you please tie my free hand back to the mast? I'd rather not ask the other members of the crew."
I just do it, I guess.
Okay. She will not oppose you. I presume you don't like tie her up very tightly.
Yeah, I tie her up comfortably, I guess, or as comfortable as it can be by being tied up.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. She will look down to the ground and not say anything more.
Well, don't pass away in there. I'll check up on the others.
She will nod at you.
And I just leave the scene to look for Buhd and Bladebeard.
Okay. Would you guys be awake at this fairly early morning?
I think Buhd would still be sleeping.
Yeah, we are still sleeping.
Okay. Still in your hammocks below deck?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you think to look for them there, Benjamin, you would find them there.
How soundly asleep would they be?
That's up to them.
Buhd is pretty sleepy. Sleeping like a champ.
His head hurt. Bladebeard?
I guess he's about to wake up,
There you go.
but still sleeping.
I kind of noticing that Bladebeard is the less sleeping one. I kind of just poke him on the shoulder.
Uh, too soon, Benjamin.
Well, I just woke up in a magic pillow. In the freezing cold. I'm kind of confused to what's happened last night.
You don't remember? A lot happened last night.
Well, and I kind of just
see, she had that dagger that you had.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I remember that part, but after that,
She almost killed you, and almost killed me.
yeah.
And Buhd.
Again, I remember that part, Bladebeard.
She's I don't really know what to do with her. I don't really want to kill her.
Well, that's fair, I guess.
I think we should make her, I don't know, mop the floors or something. Make herself useful.
Well, I hate to say it, Bladebeard, but I think she'd be a more useful archmage than a crew hand.
I mean, we need to humble her.
What?
She needs to see that she's not allowed to attack us anymore. She needs to be punished.
Well, I think she got enough of a bite last night, so I think that's humiliating enough.
Maybe. Alright, we'll leave her tied up. And when do you expect us to free her?
Well, first of all, you still haven't answered my question.
What was the question?
What happened last night after the whole debacle?
Oh, I defeated the dagger. I myself.
Yes, the mighty hero Bladebeard. Yes.
Yeah.
Skip to the part where I end up in a pillow in the middle of the deck.
Yeah, we brought you there to sleep. You were quite hurt. Are you feeling alright now?
Well, and I kind of just lift my armor, and there's this massive bruise across my chest from Buhd carrying me a bit too hard. I guess that explains this.
If you're asking about the dagger, Kyrie has it.
Well, I wasn't, but I was about to ask that.
Yeah, she locked it up in a magical box. And yeah, we are still heading towards the other Blackwater Raiders. And we are going to defeat the Legion.
And all that still without a bath. And I just sigh for a moment and look at the wall.
You will notice the very powerful, very potent stink of Buhd and Bladebeard, I guess.
You know what? Maybe I don't stink that much after all.
I mean, we should. I guess on the island, we can take a bath.
Oh yeah, now I remember Buhd was munching on heads, so his breath would smell like rot.
Oh no.
Okay. What do you guys do now?
Nothing really. I don't know.
We can continue to fast forward, we can have like NPC interactions, we can have whatever you want.
Yeah. Buhd, are you planning to do something? Skoll.
You may be muted, Skoll.
What's up?
Bladebeard, basically I'm asking, do you guys want to fast forward? Do you want to interact with any NPCs? Do you want to do...
We can fast forward.
Yeah.
Thompshire?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. To when would you guys like to fast forward?
I think I'm fine with anything. I don't really have anyone I want to talk to out of the crew.
Noted.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah, I'm not really sure when we would fast forward, but a couple days maybe.
I was thinking like the night, but okay.
I don't know. I'm just giving an example.
Well, I propose a compromise, fast forward one day, and then I'll have like a scene, okay?
Alright.
That works.
Okay. We fast forward a day, let me do the rolls once again. Okay, let me see what that means. Okay, it's another day with unfavorable winds. Buhd and Bladebeard, you will notice that the winds are bad and you guys are delayed by 1 day once again. So you will reach Golden Skoll in 3 days.
Damn it.
Okay. Would there be any point where you guys would be together, or would you guys like stay kind of separate?
Probably when we're eating, maybe we'd be together.
Yeah.
Okay, then in the during breakfast time at the next day, Kyrie will approach you guys and say, well, what do you want to do with our prisoner?
we can free her, and if she does anything bad, we kill her. Simple as that.
That's a bit extreme, huh?
I
But I
think
agree to some regard. Maybe we should try something more progressive. Maybe like, oh, you get 1 hour of walking around for a day, and then 2 hours, and then it could help build trust, I guess.
If you believe so, then very well. Would you like to come with me when I release her?
yeah, sure.
Okay. You guys go to like the mast. The Archmage looks up when you guys approach, and you see like a look of slight fear and slight anger when she sees Kyrie, but otherwise she like lowers her gaze and is obviously not about to do anything. Okay.
Alright.
Otherwise, Kyrie goes in and says, "Your friends vouch for you, and I trust them. I agree that you should be released." The Archmage looks up confused and then looks at the rest of you and says, "Is this a trick by the dragon?"
Yes, it's actually time for your execution.
Yeah, she is going to eat you.
I thought as much. She will sigh. Kyrie will look back at you like, "What the hell are you saying?" And she will say, No, you're free to go."
Yeah, maybe it was not the best moment for a joke. Sorry.
Well, it might have been, but she genuinely believes that Kyrie is evil, so she's not surprised at that.
I just scratched
no.
my head.
Yeah, the dragon is not going to eat you. We are freeing you. But be warned, if you try to kill us again, next time I'm not going to bite you. I'm gonna blow your brains out, if you have any.
Bladebeard, are you reading that of some kind of book?
The Archmage will sigh and say, "For the moment, I have no intention of doing any of that to you, good captain. If I were to kill someone, I would kill demons at the moment." But she will look up at Kyrie. "What about you? Are you going to kill me?" She will say, "No, I just said I'm going to let you go. You have reasons to distrust the Blue Dragon flight. I agree in part with those reasons. But you have nothing to fear from me. Well, obviously if you don't try to kill us again." The Archmage will give a sigh and half scoff, but not say anything more. Do you guys do or say anything?
I'm just kind of confused.
I'm out of character. I'm confused. Is your character or confused or?
No, I'm trying to maybe find a better word. Don't like confused. I'm just kind of a bit shocked, maybe, at the response, like scoffing when they're freeing you and being nice to you, and
She really does not like dragons, and I think she mentioned in the previous episode that dragons killed some of her friends. Blue dragons specifically.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Okay. As she is freed, she will say, "Oh, thank you, dragon, but obviously you can understand that I don't trust you." Kyrie will nod and say, "I do not ask for your trust. only that you behave. And the Archmage will turn to like the rest of you to see what are your expressions, what are your thoughts. The rest of you, you guys.
I'd say I'd have a serious look, as in, don't try anything stupid.
Okay. Bladebeard, Buhd.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on you.
Noted, Captain. She sighs.
I hope you
But
weren't.
so much.
Sorry, Buhd?
I just had Bud say he likes sandwiches.
The Archmage sighs and just for brevity, I guess, waves her hand, and in front of you is a floating plate with a sandwich.
Bud, of course, would eat the sandwich.
I imagined. The Archmage will say, and turn to all of you. Well, thank you for your trust, I suppose. And for what it's worth, I apologize.
You're Bud's friend.
You're so willing to forgive after I almost killed you with a frostbolt.
Bud have a lot of weird friends.
For what it's worth, Bud has his heart in the right place.
She also chuckles at that. And Kyrie will say, you are free to walk among the crew. Obviously, they will keep an eye on you, but I know, and I trust that you'll behave. And, well, you will probably be instrumental in the fight against the demons. So, let's see that redemption on the proper battlefield, I suppose. And the Archmage will nod at that. Anything else, guys?
No.
Okay.
I think so.
Then
Nope.
the Archmage will go off to stare into the distance, I suppose. She has a lot on her mind. You guys are free to go ahead.
Yeah. How are you feeling, Bud? Are you alright?
Bud feeling better.
Great.
Okay. As I was saying, you guys are free to interact with NPCs or amongst each other. You're also free to fast forward. It's up to you guys.
Okay. Bud goes to check on his chef friend, I guess.
Okay, let me add him to the screen. There he is.
I'm gonna follow Bud.
Okay. He is cooking up today's breakfast because it's very early morning. And he looks up at you and says, "Hey, Mon." And hello. Oh. Hello.
Ahoy.
No friend.
He had a friendly look when Buhd approached, but he has a very suspicious look when Bladebeard approaches. Buhd, you would remember that he does not like dwarves from what you talked with him.
This is Bud's friend and captain, Bladebeard.
Nazaga.
Nice to meet ya. So you're the cook?
Yeah, you'll be eating what I'll be making for you. How do you like it?
You know, good enough.
Hmm. Hmm. Are
Very
you
tasty.
are you with the wild hammers at Airy Peak?
Who? Wildhammer? No, no, I actually don't know which clan my family hails from. I grew up in Storwind. Um,
He
I don't associate with any of the clans.
he will look confused at you and say, "Oh, you be a weird one then." I be Nazaga. I be the ship's cook. You might have met me before. This one certainly has.
Yeah. So, what are you two doing?
Well,
One night to check on food.
What
Talk
are you?
about food.
Yeah. What are you cooking today?
that be chef's business,
Oh,
and
a surprise.
he'll give Buhd a meaningful look.
Oh, can Buhd know the chef business?
Uh, yeah, it be kind of what I served you in the night year 3 came on the ship. Year 4. Year, no, year 6 came on the ship. Sorry.
Oh, Buhd don't remember.
Yeah, it was some kind of soup, right?
It was a soup, Bladebeard you would remember. It was a soup of a very weird taste.
Yeah.
Buhd would know what it was if he remembered.
I don't think Buhd does.
Okay. And then he will sort of look sheepishly and say, well, maybe chef surprise. Yep, if you be liking what you ate then, you be liking what you're gonna eat now.
All right.
With the Buhd.
So you know that. I mean, how long have you been sailing with a dragon?
Ah, so you either two or you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It been, well, Kyrie only came to us from a few months ago, but I be sailing, exploring for 5 years, I want to say.
Also, you were a crew before her.
No, we weren't the crew, but I was exploring on my own.
Oh, oh.
I've traveled to all sorts of places in the Eastern Kingdoms. Um, your friend over there would know. I told him that I be looking for good recipes all around. I had some very interesting experiences with the orcs in Blackrock Mountain, uh, and I learned some pretty interesting stuff from all over the Eastern Kingdoms.
A lot.
Sorry?
Bud said he learns a lot. He learned a lot. But,
Yeah. I'm not really much of a fan of Strangletorn. Too many jungle trolls. Ugh.
Wait, so yeah, you trolls, you don't really like each other, or
All of your dwarfs like each other.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, the Dark Iron clan, they don't really they are. I mean, I heard that they recently joined the alliance, so I guess they are good now. I don't know. You know, I'm not very interested in politics and stuff that's going on.
They be a weird bunch. Had some in Blackrock Mountain. Tastes kinda like metal. Very soot covered.
Makes sense.
Oh, but you did not hear that from me.
Oh wait, you ate them.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
I'd be a troll.
yeah, sure.
But that
I
being the
know.
past, no flesh in tonight's soup. Bladebeard, roll your careful, and I will roll Nazaga sneaky once I find his character sheet.
Alright.
Let me find his thing.
Oh,
Give me a moment, please.
sure.
Okay. There is definitely some sort of humanoid flesh in the food he's been feeding you.
Wait. Hmm. What meat did you say you put in that soup?
It'd be what do your dwarf things call it? It'd be cow pig meat. Yeah, cow pig.
Cow
One
pig.
like cow pig meat.
I don't think there's such thing as cow pigs.
Chicken pig. Yeah, chicken pig.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, that sounds about right. Wait. There's no such thing as chicken pig.
Duck pig.
Hmm.
What's a dog?
Yeah. What's a duck?
It'd be a duck pig be a weird animal. It grow in silver pine. Yeah, silver pine. Yeah, had the stock brought in. Yeah.
Oh. Tasty.
I guess less I know, the better. I'm gonna leave you to your cooking.
He will let out a very relieved sigh, as in,
Around.
phew. He will nod at you. What do you guys do now?
Bud waves goodbye to his troll chef friend and wanders around the ship some more.
Okay. Once again, you guys are free to interact with any NPCs or to fast forward time. Up to you guys.
Maybe fast forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't think of.
I don't really have anything more planned until you guys reach port. Do you guys want to fast forward until then?
Sure.
Could be a good stopping point of just, they get on port and something happens.
Okay. That's 3 days of travel. So for the first day... Let me see what that means. Done. Just one moment, please. Interesting. Okay. You guys will see a ship in the distance.
Is it
Oh.
Garrosh?
It's a very... Let me just add it to the screen. It's a ship that looks kind of like this one. It looks kind of banal.
Do I see what flag does it have?
At the moment it's in the distance, so please roll a careful check. Are you using like a spyglass or something?
Yeah.
Then careful check difficulty 2. It seems to be flying the flag of Stormwind.
Oh. Looks like some Thorwing guys are here. I told you all that the Alliance is bound to show up at some point.
You guys will see the ship sort of, that ship turn to approach your guys' direction.
Well, let's hope Varian Green isn't on board.
Kyrie will like come down to like the deck to talk to you guys and say, this usually happens. Ships willing to trade at the sea. You know how it is.
Yeah,
Maybe they're running low on supplies.
Maybe they want sandwiches.
So
Should Buhd be out in the open?
yeah, he
And,
should.
all non-alliance.
What's wrong with Buhd?
Yeah,
Well, but in the wider world, ogres aren't really liked by alliance.
well, we are not in the Alliance territory. This is Blackwater Raiders waters.
Bladebeard
go
is
ahead.
correct. And also, there's also orcs, a forest troll, undead. We have a diverse crew. I'm not about to go hide half of my remaining crew.
Fair enough.
What
but,
doesn't hide?
With the war going on, it may get a bit ugly.
It is beautiful.
Yes, you are, Buhd. Yes, you are.
So no get ugly. It work out for everyone.
Okay. Bladebeard, as like the ship continues to approach, roll for me another careful check.
Alright,
Okay.
0.
Okay. Then the ship continues to approach. Do you guys do more anything until it comes near you guys?
I think Bud's just gonna be standing by, and just chilling till
Okay. Benjamin?
I guess I'd just be leaning against something.
Okay. At that point, as it comes closer to you guys, this ship will lower the flag of Stormwind and instead fly the flag of the Bloodsail Buccaneers and unveil its cannons to fire at you.
Oh shit. We've been pulled.
Ah,
Well, but this will be the perfect occasion for you to use your cannon.
Okay. The enemy ship got a very good hit in on your ship. And because of the surprise attack, everyone is like frantically scrambling about, not sure what to do.
Prepare the cannons.
Bud sets down his cannon and points at the ship.
Okay. This ship, while it has like fired one broadside at you guys, has now turned to like directly approach you. It's like 100 meters or so away, not very far away, which would be like 300 feet.
So we're gonna get boarded, basically.
That seems to be its intention.
Get ready to fight, everyone.
I'm gonna shoot at him.
Yeah, you will.
While the ship approaches, Kyrie's crew will also fire their cannons and not manage to deal much damage to the enemy ship at all. Okay? And as the Bloodsail ship approaches, it rams into your guys' ship, and Bloodsail Buccaneers start pouring out and attacking everyone. What do you guys do?
I hate pirates.
Trying to
I guess it's time to kill some of the Bloodsail Buccaneers.
At this point, there's about 20 members of Kyrie's crew left, and the enemy ship has a few hundred or so.
Oh,
But on the
um,
other hand, they do not have player characters or an archmage or a dragon on their side. So who knows?
Uh,
Bud
Go-
goes to shoot his cannon right at right at their ship.
Well, first off, what's your guys' quick? All of you have free?
yep.
Yep.
Okay. Then the initiative order will be. I'll type that in chat. There you go. So, let me know what you guys do. In whichever order you prefer, because all three of you go on the same turn.
I guess Bud will go first for once, and I'm gonna have Bud shoot his cannon right at their ship.
At their ship or at members of the crew?
I mean, technically, couldn't it hit both?
Yeah, but I'm asking what are you aiming at?
He's mainly aiming at their ship.
Okay, okay. And I'll do a roll. You poke a hole in the enemy ship. It's not a very impressive hole because it's just one cannon shot. You need like hundreds to bring down a ship, but you do kill 7 crew members with that.
Would that count as his stunt, or are we just gonna count that as a
Stunt.
basic?
I took that as a stunt.
Okay,
Okay,
I wasn't.
so that's Bud's action. Bladebeard, Benjamin.
Go ahead, Bladebeard.
I guess I'm going to engage the fighting. I'm going to quickly attack some of the pirates.
Okay, then roll your quick, please.
I did.
Yeah, okay, you don't manage to do anything. Okay, Benjamin.
I quickly sheath my sword and charge towards the pirates.
Okay, then roll, please. Okay, you don't manage to do anything. Okay, next it's Kyrie's turn. She will attack the enemy and kill 4 of them. Okay, next it's the Bloodsail's turn. They will attack members of the crew and not kill any. Next it's the Archmage's turn, who will also attack with her spells.
What about Kyrie's crew?
Didn't I roll for them? Did I forget?
I don't know.
Let me check. Kyrie, Bloodsail.
I think you rolled for Bloodsail Buccaneers attacking the crew.
Okay, okay.
Now
Then,
the crew
yeah,
is,
yeah. Then I will roll for the. Okay. The Archmage kills 3 Bloodsails and Kyrie's crew. Do nothing. Okay. Next, Buhd, Benjamin, or Bladebeard.
Well, not very creative, but I continue fighting, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are you rolling?
Quick.
Please roll then. Okay. Don't manage to do anything, but you do gain an advantage. Next, it's Benjamin or Buhd.
But
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, there was a little pause there for a bit.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Buhd is going to swing one of his swords at the pirates that are on board, I guess.
Okay, roll your forceful or your quick.
Well, it doesn't matter which one it is.
Okay.
We'll go for a force.
You don't manage to do anything. Okay. Benjamin?
I turn to Kyrie and ask, how unsafe would it be to set a little ember on their ship?
Try not to aim for where they're ramming us. More to the back, I guess.
So I try to form a little fireball in my hand and just throw it.
Also, try not to aim for their mast. We'd like them to run away from us.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of throwing it at their sails, so I guess I'll try to throw it in the back where the captain's quarters would be.
Okay, roll a forceful or a quick in that case.
I'd say quick since it's like a small ball and I'm just trying to throw it as fast as I can.
Okay.
Well, I'm lucky today. Oh,
Oh.
and so
Good news is you get an advantage.
is the ship considered an entity of its own?
It can be, but I'm not.
So
Considering
it's an advantage against what?
the Bloodsail crew.
Okay.
Next is Kyrie. She actually does not manage to do anything. Then Bloodsails. They kill one member of Kyrie's crew. Okay. Next, Kyrie's crew. They don't do anything. Next, the Archmage. Kills one member of the Bloodsails. Okay, you guys now.
Kyrie, why don't you just turn into a dragon? Scare them off.
That's actually a good idea.
But
She-
do that on your turn. Now
yeah,
it's mine.
obviously. Yeah.
Can I try to, I guess carefully, see if there's a captain among them?
Roll your careful, please. Difficulty 4. It's kind of chaotic. Nope.
0.
Nope.
Alright.
Next, it's Buhd or Benjamin.
I guess
Alright.
I can go first this time. So I first move closer to Meridia since I heard that Kyrie might transform and its male leader to do something not very smart. So I kind of try getting closer and then I'll try throwing another fireball towards their ship.
I will allow you to also say something to her if you want.
I won't say anything yet.
Okay, then please roll quick or forceful. Okay, you managed to kill one Bloodsail. Okay, next is Bud's turn.
Alright, Buhd goes to try and stab at another pirate then.
Okay, roll your forceful or your quick. Okay, you don't manage to do so, but you gain an advantage.
Alright.
Okay, just was typing that down. Okay, next it is Kyrie and she will turn into a dragon. And before they can do anything in response, the blood sales, seeing a big massive dragon suddenly pop up, decide, F this, we're running away.
Yay!
Okay, so they start moving to disengage. Do you guys allow them?
I'm going to shoot another
Yeah.
one.
Okay, in terms of game mechanics, they are conceding the fight, which means you guys get to dictate what happens, but you don't get to like completely annihilate them. They get to live, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like to happen?
I just curse at them.
You're allowed to like take a parting shot or like take a hostage or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, Bud will take one hostage then.
Okay, we now have a blood sale hostage. I'm just adding him on the screen. Anything else? Kyrie is content to let them go.
Yeah. Let them go.
Okay. So they go and they turn to leave and they start fleeing. Do you allow them to do that?
Yeah, we don't really have
Yeah.
the numbers to rob them.
Okay. Then they flee and sail off into the distance in the direction of the wind at top speed. Okay.
Let's hope they
You
don't.
did
re-
with this one.
Let's hope they don't return with a whole fleet or something.
I turn to Meridian and say, well, having a dragon ally isn't that bad after all.
You see a look of shock and anger on her face, but she looks down and says, very well. In this circumstance, I suppose it is useful.
Well, if I don't know what progress would be unless I saw it right here.
She will actually chuckle at you and say, please understand that I do have a history with dragons.
Well, I'll take my little victories.
Okay. Kyrie will revert back to her gnome form and see that Bud has taken a hostage. Bloodsail, who's like struggling against him but obviously cannot get away. And she looks at you and says, Why the hostage?
Bud wasn't sure. Bud just grab.
She will look at, she will sort of look at this guy, sort of like looking him in the eyes. The guy looks terrified because he's talking to a dragon, and she will say, what do you want to do, little bloodsail? And the bloodsail looks around terrified and says, I'd very much like to live your wingedness. And she will nod and say, are you up for joining this crew? We did unfortunately lose someone in your attack. We could get a replacement. We could use a replacement. The pirate will look to Bud, because Bud is his captor, to see what Bud thinks.
You should join crew. They're very nice.
Okay, then the bloodsail will quickly and very panickedly nod. And yeah, now Kyrie's crew is back to 20, which is still down from the 100 that she had before the Kraken attacked.
Yeah.
Bud slowly adding to the crew.
Okay. Remind me to make an NPC for the bloodsail. Okay. So that was that was this day. Do you guys want to do anything else today?
Oh, Kairi. Is she still a dragon?
No. She reverted to a gnome.
You know, this is actually the first time I actually saw you turning into a dragon. So I had my
Go ahead.
doubt, actually. But yeah, you are 100% a dragon.
Wow. You did see me at the goblin hideaway.
I didn't see you turn into a gnome.
Fair enough.
Well,
Name-
I will say I almost did my usual move.
You pissed yourself?
I just face palm. And I mutter to myself, almost.
Surprising you, Benjamin, the Archmage will put a comforting hand on your shoulder.
I guess I may turn a bit red, perhaps.
You do smell the foul stench from her as well.
Well, I think Buhd is worse, so I'm not very phased.
We all smell alright. We don't need
Poor
to
Buhd.
remind everyone of that all the time.
But Bud's heart outshines this smell.
So, Kyrie, I hope this isn't like offensive to you, Dragon, but once this whole chaos is over and we have some free time, can I fly on you? Can I ride you?
For
Uh,
Yeah.
she will
Oh,
say,
I think we just found Bladebeard's love interest.
No,
They're both captains.
I want to fly on a dragon. How dope would that be?
she will say, she will look very shocked and say, we can talk about that some other time, I suppose.
Sure.
She will shake her head and walk away.
I'm
No,
kind
then-
of containing my laugh.
Now that I think about it, riding a dragon is much cooler than killing a dragon.
Bladebeard, please stop using that word.
The Archmage will say, you are the very image of tact, Captain Bladebeard.
I don't know that word.
Indeed.
So yeah, we survived. Blackwater Raiders, pretty nasty bunch.
It was the Bloodseal Buccaneers.
Oh yeah.
Your
Yeah.
rivals. Your rivals.
Yeah, I meant Blackwater Raiders. I mean the Bloodsail Buccaneers.
Drunk already, Captain? Says the Archmage.
Yeah. That's my secret, Archmage. I'm always drunk.
This almost feels nostalgic to our days in the friendship.
Oh, but this friendship.
I miss my ship. It was much better than friendship.
We've been on lots of ships. But friendship was special.
It was small.
Well, it's not like you have a crew to steer a bigger ship.
I have a crew.
Yeah, I don't think they like you very much.
Not this crew. My own crew.
Well, that one even worse.
They are just mind controlled by a witch. But don't worry, I'll find them.
Demons, witches, troll gods, quite the jungle. Oh, and mysterious daggers too,
And
says the
Indeed.
Archmage.
archmages.
Oh my.
She will look very offended at that and say, I cannot wait to be away from you.
You
Well,
always have a scar to remember me by.
Would you like one for you to remember me by?
I'll pass.
One should have kept sandwich to remember mage friend. It gone though.
It would have rotten away like any other food.
Oh.
She will sigh and turn to like walk away.
Alright.
Okay. At this point, you guys want to fast forward again? Maybe I propose to sort of close the session fast forward until we either reach port or something else happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I'd say though. It's getting late.
Yeah. Do the rolls. You have... Okay. An uneventful day at sea and... Another uneventful day at sea and... Okay, the rest of the trip is entirely uneventful. So, to sort of close off the session, you guys see in the distance the island of Golden Skoll. And I guess it's as good a place as any to end this session. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, thoughts on this session?
It was a pretty casual one, but you know.
Yeah, except for the pirate attack.
Well, I'm just
pretty
glad the crew is back together to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need the troll lady and we got the squad back.
And the deity and the baron, who knows who else.
Yeah, also, where is the Pandaren guy? He didn't show up this session.
Basically, throughout like these events, he would have like showed up to like get food. For the most part, he sleeps or keeps to himself, especially given recent circumstances. You would have seen he was more relaxed than usual because he was no longer suspected of being a murderer. Well, not on this ship at least. And what else? During the pirate attack, he would have been fought alongside the crew against the invaders. When Kyrie revealed herself, he would have stumbled back in shock and probably stayed there and watched you guys from a distance, but not say anything.
Alright.
Again, you guys were entirely free to interact with him if you wanted. No objections. Like Buhd interacted with the cook.
It's Bud's friend. He's got to interact with his cook friend.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think it was a nice session, especially the RP with the Archmage and such. Yeah. And we got a taste of what travel at sea looks like. The last 3 days were very lucky. What can I say?
Yeah, no krakens this time.
Yeah. Basically, as you guys saw, I roll a d3. If it's 1, nothing happens. If it's 2, you get delayed by a day or 2. If it's 3, something happens. And then if I roll a 3, I roll a d20, and that result determines what happens.
Do you have like 20 scenarios ready, or is it like a gradient of how
I have like
serious it is?
10 scenarios ready. 10 more like 8. 6 and 7 are you guys get delayed. 10 and 11 are Bloodsail Buccaneers attack you, etc.
Yeah. I bet one of those was a Kraken returning.
No comment.
Alright.
I will say that I am excited and I hope you guys travel at sea in the future. What can I say?
We're gonna totally meet Neptulon or something.
Who knows? Yeah. Really nice RP with the mage lady to everyone. Well, to a lesser extent, Buhd only asked for a sandwich from her, I guess.
Well, she did give him a sandwich, so
Yeah,
It was nice in her. You know, it was like, oh, I'll humor this ogre guy, you know. But Bud's not really the best type to be like, oh, you know,
Oh, it's okay, mage lady.
you know, like
well, he's
he's
a nice hugger for what it's worth.
he's a nice ogre. He's not mean. He's not gonna be like,
Oh, you should die. What tell you?
that might have been justified. What can I
Well,
say?
unless you're a birdman, that is.
oh, if you're a bird man, she's, you know, Bud's like, you know, she's controlled by evil dagger, you know, like
Yeah,
that's how Bud sees it. You know, Bud guy, that was explained pretty well for Bud. You'd just be like, you know, oh yeah, the mage lady, she's controlled by the dagger. And it's like, oh, kill the dagger then.
I am genuinely curious if the mage lady were still like tied up to the mast. We had Bladebeard talk with her, we had Benjamin talk with her. I'm curious what Buhd talking with her would have looked like, to be honest, in that circumstance.
Probably like something along the lines of,
You no do bad. You're still good. You still friend.
something like that.
Yeah, and she would have been probably a bit grateful, but also a bit sarcastic towards you if that's what you would have said to her. There you go. And yeah, good session, everyone. Yeah, I'm really liking how these past few sessions have been building up. The right mixture of combat and RP, I think. Okay. Any other
Yeah.
thoughts before we go into shoutouts?
I think good.
No, I'm just gonna say that Bladebeard's line about riding a dragon was hilarious. That's all.
Yeah.
it.
I honestly didn't have a clue how Kyrie would have responded. And that I kind of incorporated that like, oh, she's also flustered because she also has no idea how to respond to you. There you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose let's go into our shoutouts. As usual, in alphabetical order, I guess. DoomGoblin.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is DoomGoblin. You can find me on Twitter and some other sites. I draw stuff. So, yeah,
He
that's me.
He draw good.
Yeah, I draw good.
Yeah. Next is Sir Thompshire.
I'm Sir Thompshire, and you can find me both on Twitter and on YouTube, and I do machinima and occasionally some war renders.
They're awesome. They were the thumbnail of the previous episode, and I also showed them off in the previous episode. Maybe in this episode as well. I have no idea. It's up to him and no pressure.
Who knows?
Yeah. Next is the owner of the channel you're watching this video on, Skoll.
Hello there. You guys know who I am. You guys know where you're at. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you guys want to see my stuff on there. We got some machinimas and other videos that are coming up. A lot of Rexar stuff. So you know. So yeah.
His videos are awesome. Yeah, I was your DM Teeironor. I usually do really niche Warcraft lore videos. I haven't been posting those in a while because, to be perfectly frank, I work 2 jobs right now and I barely have the time for myself. Yeah, but I do have a lot of fun with these episodes, and I would with this game rather, and I would not give it up for anything in the world. So yeah, you can find my stuff on screen, the same with every other person, and in the description below. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening to us, and everyone, let's say our goodbyes to our viewers. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
Oh yeah.